dream scenario does something that a lot of movies are scared to do. Imagine there's $100,000 on one side of a room you're in, but the only way to get it is by braving your worst fear. Maybe the room is full of spiders, or snakes, or God forbid, clowns. Would you make your way to the other side of the room, or leave the money and run? Dream scenario grabs that money with both hands and fends off those clowns with his feet. So in this video, we're gonna examine 3 things that not only elevate this film, but make it incredibly relatable to anybody watching. And we're gonna achieve this by perfecting my bedtime routine, helping me get to sleep in under 2 minutes, plus a bonus point for all of you who stick to the end. Starting with point 1, which I'm calling blending in.
Oh my God, Peter!
What's the worst thing you can do in a movie? Sitting right next to me with a bag of chips in an empty theater and smashing them between your teeth? That's right! How did you know that? Anyway, a theater is a pretty sacred and religious place where any type of distraction is usually pretty frowned upon, so put your damn phone away. This is a place where blending in is as easy as sitting and enjoying a movie. It's not that hard. In daily life, 9 out of 10 people want to blend in with the crowd, which is largely what Nicolas Cage's character Paul is doing, blending in. He wants more from his life, but is scared of sticking his head out. He's pretty pathetic, to be honest. Unable to communicate with people without stuttering and making a fool out of himself generally.
Guess I'll see you in my dreams.
Yeah. Of course not.
He seems stuck in life and wants to actually accomplish something. I guess getting a PhD, having a wife that loves you, and kids that look up to you isn't enough. For the audience, this is perfect. He's just like me, for real. Anytime a cute girl gets anywhere near me, I in 2 seconds. Why did I just admit to that? Anyway, he's relatable because so many of us have the same traits he does. Many of us want to write that book, want to make that movie, want to ask that hot girl in chemistry out, but we never do. The idea sounds great, but something's always holding us back. We all know the feeling of being stuck, wanting more but being unable to get it. Doing this creates a character that we can easily attach ourselves to. We like him, and because of this, we want to see him achieve his goals so we can feel like we can do it too. He, like us, just wants to make his mark on the world, and he does, when everyone around the world starts dreaming about him. This is an important thing to remember as it plays perfectly into point number 3.
Popping up in my dreams. You don't do anything, you're just there.
Point 3 is important, but point 2 is as well, and that is ocean spray. Remember that skateboarding ocean spray drinking guy from a few years back? Well, this is him now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure you remember him though. He was huge, all over the news, one of the most liked TikToks ever, and endlessly recreated. Now, do you know his name? Because I sure don't. That is so cool.
Nathan Apodaca posted this video of him skateboarding and singing Fleetwood Mac while drinking cran raspberry juice on Saturday.
Now think about any meme you've seen recently or in the past. Do you know any of the people beyond their meme? Probably not. The I Love Turtles kid is just the I Love Turtles kid.
I like turtles.
Internet culture is one that has a lot of fads. People burst onto the scene for something they did, something that happened to them, or something they said. Just like Nicolas Cage in this. Suddenly, everyone is dreaming about him. But why? Who knows? He's just here now. And at first, he's not doing anything. He's just there.
You don't do anything, you're just there.
But even so, he's suddenly thrust into the spotlight. An aging professor with no experience with fame now has it. It's a great catalyst to get our main character both out of his comfort zone and give him everything he wants. Suddenly, he's famous. Suddenly, people love him. Suddenly, a book deal is on the table. But do any of these people really know him? No, not at all. In real life, Paul is a stuttering, kind of pathetic guy, but to the people dreaming about him, he can be whatever they want him to be. But these dreams are directly linked to how these people view him, something I'll get into later. What I love about this is that it's able to poke fun at the character and our own lives at the same time. It's funny to see Nicolas Cage in these dream scenarios. Paul in this and the ocean spray guy are one and the same. If we were having dreams of Paul halfway across the world or viewing the ocean spray guy on TikTok, there's no way of knowing who that person is. So if we happen to meet him, as Paul does with many people in this, he will absolutely never live up to our dream version of him, because it's not him at all, which is a great way of poking fun at our vapid culture surrounding fame while making a fun movie around it.
Dream scenario is a masterpiece.
This leads us into my final point, sticking out. As the film so perfectly says, a zebra is only in danger of attack if it sticks its head above the pack. A sea of white and black stripes will protect it as long as it keeps its head down.
Kill that guy.
If Nicolas Cage was a zebra in this context, he was basically lifted up on the shoulders of the other zebras and left out to dry for lions to attack him.
I'm not actually doing anything to them.
Much like the ocean spray guy, the second Paul started to take advantage of this fame, it turned on him. It's unfortunate, but when a person explodes onto the scene for something they aren't, we typically don't like to see them being anything else. They stick out, and we love them for it at first. But when they stick out in a way we don't like, die! Paul was essentially handed a Ferrari for the price of his family and friends. Having a Ferrari is great. People look at you differently, want photos, and you get hot gold-digging chicks surrounding you. But if we were to lose the people around us, we probably wouldn't want this. Paul is beaten, isolated, and told he can't even watch his daughters play just because of something people think he is. Paul hasn't done anything wrong in real life, but once public opinion changes, it often doesn't matter what you do or don't do. Fame is not only difficult to manage because of the way it pushes you outside of the herd, but also because of the way you're held to different standards.
We're not even the type of people that like attention, you know?
You think other people are seeing you naked?
Maybe thousands.
Here's a little bonus for all you sweet souls who made it to the end. We've talked a lot about public opinion here, but in this movie, I love how it handles it. At first, in the dreams, Nicolas Cage isn't doing anything. This is directly connected to the fact that he isn't doing anything in real life either. Then he becomes famous, and fame is sexy to people, so they have sex dreams about him.
I hope I'm behaving in your dreams.
Oh no, you're not.
Then he gets angry, and people imagine him killing them. His public image is directly tied to how people feel about him, and to how he's feeling in general. It's an interesting way of pointing out that people's perception of you is just the vibe you give off. Oh, what the